Welcome to a GCSE high tier exam question on nonlinear simultaneous equations. Solve algebraically these simultaneous equations. 3x plus 2y equals 7, y equals x squared minus 2x plus 3. This is the most difficult topic on GCSE Maths, and this question could easily be on an A-level paper. What we have is the equation of a straight line, the equation of a parabola, and by solving them simultaneously, we're in effect finding the points of intersection of this line with this curve. We do it by using the method of substitution. So I'm going to substitute for y in the first equation, replacing it by this expression here. So we have 3x plus 2 lots of, and I'll need to put it in a bracket, x squared minus 2x plus 3 equals 7. Now I'm going to expand the bracket, simplify this equation to make it into a standard quadratic equation. So 3x plus 2 times x squared is plus 2x squared, plus 2 times minus 2x is minus 4x, plus 2 times plus 3 is plus 6, and I bring the 7 to the left hand side, it will become minus 7, and that will be equal to 0. So I have 2x squared plus 3x minus 4x is minus 1x, or minus x, plus 6 minus 7 is minus 1. So we end up with standard quadratic equation, 2x squared minus x minus 1 equals 0. Well, I'll solve that on another page. 2x squared minus x minus 1 equals 0. 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. I'm going to solve this by factorising. We multiply the 2 by the minus 1, then we look for factors of minus 2 that add up to the number in front of the x minus 1. So I can have plus 1 multiplied by minus 2, or minus 1 multiplied by plus 2 to give me minus 2. Now which of these pairs adds up to minus 1? It's this pair here. What I do now is I split this minus 1x into two parts, and I write 2x squared plus 1x minus 2x minus 1 equals 0. So I've written minus x as plus x minus 2x. I now factorise the first two terms on the left hand side. There's a common factor of x in these two terms, so I pull the x to the front and rebuild that part of the expression. What do I multiply x by to get 2x squared? 2x. What do I multiply x by to get plus x? Plus 1. Now that bracket will also be a factor at the back end of this expression for the last two terms. At least it will if the thing factorises. So what do I multiply 2x plus 1 by to get minus 2x minus 1? Answer, minus 1. And that will be equal to 0. Almost completed the factorising now. There's a common factor of 2x plus 1. How many 2x plus 1s do I have? I have x of them minus 1 of them. So that's x minus 1 of them. Now then, if two brackets multiply together to give 0, either that bracket is 0 or that bracket is 0. So either x minus 1 equals 0, in which case x equals 1, or 2x plus 1 equals 0, in which case 2x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to minus a half. So the solution is x equals 1 or x equals minus a half. But that's not the end of the problem because we've only found the x coordinates. So we've got x equals 1 or x equals minus a half. We now need to find the y coordinates, and we do that by substituting for x in one of these two equations. The top one will be the easiest because there's no x squared term. So I'm going to substitute for x in here. So 3 lots of 1 is 3 plus 2y is equal to 7. So 2y is 7 minus 3. 2y equals 4. So y equals 4 divided by 2, y equals 2. What about when x is minus a half? Well, 3 times minus a half is minus 3 over 2, plus 2y is equal to 7. So 2y is equal to 7, and when I take the minus 3 over 2 over here, it becomes plus 3 over 2. Now 7 is 14 over 2, so 14 over 2 plus 3 over 2 is 17 over 2. So if 2y is 17 over 2, y is 17 over 2 divided by 2, which is 17 over 4. And now we have the solution. X equals 1 and y equals 2. That's one point of intersection. And the other one, x equals minus a half, y equals 17 over 4, or 4 1/4. If we get that far, you'll have earned those 7 marks.